I guess from the time I was very young, I couldn't understand why everyone kept telling me that I was a girl and that I should be doing things that girls do, and because as far as I was concerned, I was a boy, and I didn't understand. It was a lot of confusion. I didn't know how to relate to anyone else. It's just very uncomfortable. It makes you feel crazy. When I started going through puberty, I decided that up until that time, I guess I had figured that everyone was wrong, and at some point in time I would prove it to them. I mean, as irrational and illogical as that sounds, when I started going through puberty, I decided that they were all right and I was all wrong, and I must be crazy. That was the only explanation I could come up with, because at that point in time I had never even heard of transsexualism. I thought I was the only one like this, and I know at one point in time, I remember my mother coming into my bedroom and telling me that maybe it was time I started wearing a bra. And I told her, no way, I'll cut him off first. And she laughed. And I'm sure that no one ever knew just how serious I was about that. And I did truly consider it at one point in time, and the only reason that I didn't do it was because I decided if I did, I would probably bleed to death, and everyone would know what I had done, and then everyone would know how crazy I was. So I decided that the only thing I could do would be to try and be what everyone said that I was.
Too many patients who have gender dysphoria or discomfort with their own gender have a lot of other problems that may be related to their gender dysphoria or not. And one of the problems is that they start developing an obsessive thought that somehow this gender change is going to magically solve a lot of their problems in their life. And it's a rude awakening when they complete surgery and discover that there are still a lot of problems for them. So in our approach here in our clinic, we like them to resolve a lot of their psychological problems and issues before reassignment, and then we have much more confidence that they are going to be successful in their reassigned role afterwards.
Brad has been a man for less than a year. There are still many issues that he will confront, but this major issue in his life, whether he is male or female, has been resolved.
I feel now like I'm one person, whereas before I always felt like I was kind of a real confusing mixture of two different people. Not only two different people, I mean, generally I think when you think of yourself feeling as two different people, you think of two different people of the same sex. I mean, I think it'd be very hard for anyone who hasn't experienced it to imagine what it's like to feel emotionally and mentally one sex and appear to other people physically as another. I mean, there's no way to really explain it, I don't think. But I do now feel like one person, and I feel quite secure in who I am.